So I made a video about, do men steal your energy towards intimacy? And somebody asked, they said, well, can you explain it from the opposite perspective? Like, do women take your energy during intimacy? I thought that was a good question, so I wanted to make a video. So I explained in another video, men deposit, women receive. We just know that on a biological level. That's also on an energetic level what happens. So most people, and I want to make sure that y'all know the difference between energetic exchanges versus feeding off of people versus even continuous feeding, which would be called siphoning. Those are three different things. What I'm going to talk about is the base energetic exchange, because this is what most people are doing. When we talk about people feeding off of you, or even siphoning, that's a level up. That tends to be certain type of people that are in the know of how to do that, and or they have entities and spirits that can even be brought down through the bloodline and things that are in the know, such as succubus spirits and even like vampiric and narcissist spirits. They're into that feeding and siphoning off of you. But that's totally something different than just, let's just say, two people that ain't got none of those attachments, entities, or motives. They're more of simply doing the energetic exchange. So what happens is, as a man, you deposit. You're depositing your energy in this woman. So the woman receives your energy. Now, just by the law of energetic and nature, women, they're receptive, but with whatever they receive, there are three things. They're multipliers, amplifiers, and alchemizers. And their capacity to be able to perform these three actions is, it goes case by case. Just like some women can have 20 kids, some women can produce twins after twins after twins, some women are infertile. It just depends. It depends. Even the quality, because it's going to be filtered through the essence of that woman. So if she got dysfunction and chaos, whatever she produces has that resonance of dysfunction and chaos. So that's a whole different deep dive. So whenever a man feels like the woman that he is with is taking his energy, making his life miserable, or destroying his life, it's usually two things. And the first thing is, the woman is simply multiplying and amplifying whatever he's giving her. And if he's bringing chaos and dysfunction and offloading onto her, that's what he's going to see multiplied and amplified. Specifically, if she doesn't have a high ability to alchemize that energy. And even high level alchemizers eventually get overwhelmed and burnt out with long-term, basically having to long-term alchemize dense energy. After a while, that takes a toll on even the most powerful women. Women that are not that energetically potent, where they're not able to alchemize on high levels, you're probably going to see an immediate return of that chaos and dysfunction, amplified and multiplied. Or if a woman is in a state of just utter darkness, you know, that's how you're going to get it back. You're going to get it back multiplied and amplified with that, with her essence on that. So that's a whole nother discussion, because women who are usually very light and energetically potent, yes, they're able to alchemize even dense energy, but even after a while, it takes a toll on them, because they have to continue to use a lot of their life force to continue to deal with consistent dense energy. So that's a whole nother discussion. So with that being said, a lot of the turmoil that men be going through is kind of self-induced. They bring crazy dysfunctional energy to the woman, and they expect her to be able to transmute it and alchemize it, not realizing that most times she simply is going to multiply it and amplify it. Secondly, while you might feel like a woman is just crazy, destroying your life, pulling on your energy, and I kind of mentioned this with the first point, is because she's already low vibrational and dark. She's already low vibrational and dark. And therefore, regardless of what type of energy you exchange with her when you're being intimate, it's going to be filtered. She's going to multiply and amplify it through the filter of who she is. That's just how it works. It has to, whatever you're creating, it has to come through you. So if she is dark and low vibrational, it's going to, when she does amplify and multiply it and alchemize it, it's coming through the filter of her darkness, her bitterness, and her low vibration. So that's why you can be a great man and you can do all your inner work and your emotional work. If you're dealing with a low vibrational woman, honey, whatever you give her is going to cause chaos and dysfunction, because it's going to be literally filtered through her essence and poured back out to you. So that's what women do on an energetic level, is they take it in, they amplify it, they multiply it, they alchemize it to the ability that they're able to alchemize it, and then it's filtered back out into the world with their essence on it. So hopefully that made sense. I tried to condense this because I didn't want it to be super long. Hopefully that made sense. And that's why it's so important, where I want you to think about like the woman as the soil, and think about the male as the seed. If the soil is corrupted, not in good shape, regardless of what comes out of it, it's going to reflect in some way. If the seed is corrupted, it can be put into good ground, and yet some corrupted thing is going to sprout out. So there's a lot that goes into this, and even those who are great alchemizers, very powerful, energetically powerful, there's limits to this. There's limits to this. You can continue to overwhelm yourself and use a lot of your life force trying to constantly alchemize these things, when you really could just leave them alone and not deal with them, and then find something that is of a lighter energy, where you don't have to be using so much of your life force to try to transmute into something. And even with that, you're getting into like contracts and spiritual agreements. And for instance, you cannot take a demon and turn a demon into a lighter energetic being. Like some things, there's just laws to it. And by you trying to do that, you're only going to tire yourself out and probably end up, draining yourself. And that's why even things like narcissism and codependency and trying to force people into goodness with your love and your light, it's a no. It's a no. Like there's people's and things free will to be how they want to be. So yeah.